What's up, everybody? How are you doing this fine evening? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well as well. So I hope that everything is sounding and looking okay. Let me know. I'm going to open the chat so that I can see it as well. Let's see. Welcome. It looks like everything's working this time around. I can even pull up this little thing right here, so that's fine. So last week we have been looking at WP, which I was very excited about, but we didn't get through on building the mega menu within the Gutenberg because I didn't know how to do it. So I went in the documentation, and it's actually very easy if you understand how it works and how it looks and how it feels. So today we're going to explore that one. Yeah, let's first off see if everything is sounding all right, because I don't see any verification. So let me check it one. Guten Tag. Guten Tag, little brother. Wie geht's? We need you, but I guess everything's sounding okay. I don't know. Let me check. Let me check. Lumberjack. No, let me check. Yep, everything's sounding all right. Then I put on my thingy. Es geht gut. Ah, jawohl, super toll, ja, Mensch. All right, my German's not that good, I guess, but you get the gist. Sounds good. Sounding good. Yep, nothing wrong with that. So I want to dive in the mega menu. So if you haven't seen last week, we've been looking at WP. It's a easy way to create a website within Gutenberg. So a WordPress site editor. Hello, Azal here. You're everywhere, little brother. On YouTube, on Twitch. Are you also on X by coincidence, or LinkedIn or Facebook? If I'm correct, I'm streaming everywhere. But today we're looking at WP. Last week we have looked into what's there available there with the default patterns, and you can just click in it and you can create amazing animations. No, I'm not. And with building the animations, it's really awesome that it's just a few clicks and you get a very awesome looking animation. So I can really recommend Ollie Pro, which has those features if I remember correctly. And if I don't remember correctly, then it's also available in the free version. I see add favorites. I don't see here block editor extensions, but I don't see if it's also available in the free version or not. Today, I really wanted to take a look at the menu designer. Because you can create easy kind of mega menus, and there are pre-designed menu patterns already available for the mobile version, which also sounds very exciting. So let's not wait further. Here's the login that I always use when I'm testing out websites, right? Or something else. And it's InstaWP, which makes it very easy with one click to create a demo website or a staging website. And yeah, if you want something similar, you can check out a link sometime in the chat. Maybe I can place it there. Let's see. InstaWP, if I remember correctly, it's this one. And if I didn't remember correctly, then it should be something else. Let's see. InstaWP. Yeah, looks like it's working. Oh, they have a new kind of pricing. You can set up a sandbox for $2 a month. That's cheaper than hosting. Most hosting services. So if you want a very easy and cheap hosting alternative, maybe this would be something for you. Alright, anyways, let's dive right in. So, with the Ollie theme, I see that I need to sign in, so let me do this real quick. Yeah, then you're going to see my face. I hope you like my lovely face. Let's see, and keep me signed in. I'm going to watch debate thingy in a bit. All right. Most part. It's fine, brother. Thank you for being here. And good luck with watching the debate. I'm wondering what the politicians will say in the last day just before voting. Do you already know, by the way, what you're going to vote? I don't. I don't yet. But yeah, we'll figure out something with the poll option or something like that. All right. So this is a very easy way to create a starter website. We can start off with creator. Let's start off with a creator. Why shouldn't we? Import a creator. You already know. Awesome. So this isn't starting. But this is more because I'm interested on how all parties will do. I guess they will always do the same, right? And look at that, how easy that was. Just to import it. It's not directly also set up correctly, I see. But here we have a nice looking page. Look at that. A microsite with links. Or something like a link tree. A news blog. All right, but what we are going to do, now that we have set up a basic site with one click, we can go back. And then we are going to wait for a little bit, because sometimes it takes a while before everything's working. By the way, I'm using a AI browser nowadays. It's called Perplexity, Comet it is called. It's very awesome. You can ask it to do certain things, like creating posts in WordPress, or look at a code snippet that you want to change if you're using something like WP Codebox. And even more fun, you can say that it should create a code snippet and adjust it accordingly. So, and it will do the changes for you instead of you having to do that yourselves. This is taking too long, and I'm not that patient at the moment. I guess it's down. So it's what it is. Damn it. So how are we going to do this? Let's see. Can we open it up in a incognito? It looks like there's something wrong with InstaWP during a live stream. Oh no! What happened? I guess it's not happy with me. Ah. It's not doing what I want. It isn't starting up. All right, we'll put this away for a little bit and we can talk. Oh, there it is. I was about to give up and then it was like, all right, let's go with it. But it's annoying me. It's very slow. All right, I'm going to skip this for now. Maybe we should have a look at this another time. If it's that slow, then it's not good. But I'm busy with building a new website where you can find all the tutorials and videos that I've made. And it's a bit of fun because I'm working with Edge. And one thing that I've created, now it's doing something again. Maybe I can put this somewhere tiny. Come on. Like this. Get started. Now it works suddenly. But it's not showing my menu. Where is it? Come on. Menu is empty. It's the first time that a website on InstaWP is this slow, to be fair. But we are there. So how can you create a drop-down menu? Let's call it, oh, wait. We have to call find drop-down. We need to add a block called drop-down. Add a block. And if it's not there, we can find it in here. And you need to add this block into your navigation. So there we go. We can give it a label like mega menu. Let's also remove right, to edit this. And now I want to remove this one. Delete. And let's add a drop down, because that's the drop down block that actually helps you to create the mega menu. What? I guess the drop down menu has dropped. What? This is insane. I have no clue what's happening right here. All right. Drop. Drop down. All right. I don't know what's messing this up. I can only guess that this is an issue with everything just being too slow. We just saw the drop down icon. Where did it go? All right, let's get back to the header. Maybe we can add it in here. Ow. This is really the demo effect, right? It went in hiding. Yeah. It dropped down. It dropped out. This is annoyingly slow today. I mean, when I was younger, it took a lot of more time to just run a website, but I really don't understand what's going on. Let's see if we can close some things. And then it hopefully will run faster. Let's see, let's close. I usually don't have the issue because I have more than enough to run everything, but when push comes to shove, we have to shove some things out. It's so slowly. There we go. All right. Can we add a block? And now we have to browse all of drop down. There we are. It's back again. You just paste it in. Or can't be inside of the home navigation. Is that the thing? I guess so. We can add mega menu, and then you can drag the mega menu around wherever you want it to be. I guess it can be pasted inside of the page list. But what we can do is add another drop-down menu. But there's no menus found right now, so we can create our first menu. So we press it, and then hopefully at some point it does what it's supposed to do. And here we have a blank canvas. In the blank canvas, we can add all of the patterns from what's called from the mega menu that's already pre-designed by OllyWP. He makes it very easy to create the mega menu. So we go to template part, and look at that. There is our nice looking mega menu designs. You can pick whichever you want. I really like this one. This looks awesome. You just hit save. And you go into the index template. And then here you can already select your drop down, and we hit save again. And then preview the whole thing. Let's do that. You can see mega menu, and it should be triggered. There's really something wrong. Last week I tested this and it worked just fine. Why? Why does this happen? Preview. So this is what it looks on mobile. So that's nice. We open on hover. We can add another link. We can say how wide the mega menu should be. We can't preview it here, by the way. And I'm hoping that it will work right now. Mega menu. Drop down. I don't know which one is selected right now. Looks like it's open, so it's not doing great. Template part, drop down template part. But I want to rename this because apparently it's not going well. Look at that. There we have 2 drop downs. All template parts. We can remove this one and we can rename this one. Let's call this mega menu drop, so that we know what we are referencing to. So now it's saved as a template part. A mega menu drop template. So we can go back in here, go to mega menu, click mega menu. And of course you need to refresh first because else it isn't working. And then you hit save. And if we look at the front end of the website, there we go. There's a nice little mega menu. Of course, like this, it doesn't look great. So quite possibly you want this to be the first item. Like that. And if we refresh it right here, and this looks a little bit better. I think it could be wider. And that's where our nice little changes come in very handy. Because we can set the width of it. This is the normal content width. It doesn't look like it's the normal content width, but we can adjust it to be wider with just one click. And as you can see, it is now wider. We have created in a few clicks a nice looking mega menu, which is also responsive, if I remember correctly. Oop, there we go. I see that there's a little bit white space going on, but it could be also the page, something else happening for the demo. But yeah, I think this looks awesome. This is really easy to add. Okay, it's starting. Good luck, have fun. Short for I thanks. And you as well, have fun watching the debate things. So, and here you can add everything you want for context or to upsell something. If you want deeper laying of pages, you can also add case studies, as you can see right here. I think Mike has already done a bit of thinking on what should be in there or what could be in there. And you can also change it up if you would like to, of course. But that's how easy it is to add it in. So to repeat what you need to do to add it in, is you need to add a block called dropdown. So we're going to look into our blocks. Here's a block called dropdown, mega menu 2. And then from here, we can create either another one or select one that's already existing. Now let's create another one. Drop down menu 2. And to make it easy for us, he has some templates that are predefined and that we can use. Hey Todor, nice to see you again. Very useful content. Love that. I hope it's useful. But it's always fun to do. How are you doing, Todor? I'm really curious. I was last week thinking about you and wondering how things are at We Eat. Wheat. Let's see. Yeah, maybe we can pick this. Looks like a very mobile-ish pattern. I don't like that. It's nice that he has created something that makes it very easy to build something like this, right? Let's save this. And if we go back to here, we can select drop-down menu 2, hit save, and then the mega menu has been added. And if we go in here, we see that we have a nice looking mega menu. You can open and close on clicks. So that's how easy it is to create a mega menu using WordPress. It's literally in minutes. Now it's not always good, as you can see. This is overlapping our mega menu. So I can see that we have to change our Z index. I don't know if it's possible. Ooh, look at that. There's some pre-made designs. Download now. It switches up the template parts. That's nice. Template. I joined the no-code world, but with Webflow instead. So probably I was scrolling through all your videos for tips. I don't have any Webflow tips right now, but yeah, Webflow is a very great no-code tool where you also learn how to use CSS. So it's modern. I didn't know about the cost it has, and it has some restrictions, which is something that a lot of WordPress people are saying. If you're going for Webflow, then you're buying into the ecosystem of Webflow, where you have hosting, but also your CSS and also your website. And if you want to leave Webflow, it's a very tedious job, whilst WordPress, you can move around anywhere you want. You can even change page builders if you would like to, because there's Edge, which I am a fan of, but you also have a very popular one called Elementor. If you haven't heard about it, it's also a no-code tool like Webflow. If you want something closer to Webflow, you have Bricks, but I can see that the appeal is less because you have upfront costs into buying it. I'm curious how expensive it is. $79 a year. You can learn how to build a website, and with Webflow, if I'm not mistaken, it's free, right? But yeah, this is Ali. Damn it. I should turn off WhatsApp when I'm in here. Let's see. And task. Bye-bye. I hope I won't get any other messages. Yeah, this is how easy you can build a mega menu in here. And this is the nice thing about WordPress and Gutenberg using OllyWP. So if you like to use that as well, then you can have a look at ollywp.com. I can send it over to you all. There you go. Another thing I would like to show in this live stream is that I'm loving Edge so far, and building my own website with it. And last week I had a challenge to build this kind of logo animation grid. It's an animation where the logo is breathing in and out, as you can see right here, and it should be in a grid. And I wanted to do it in an easy way that the user could just place all the images inside of a grid, and then the grid automatically shows and hides the logo. I first tried to do that using CSS only, but I couldn't get it to work. I was using JavaScript to create an index for each image that's inside of here. And then according to the index, it should add or remove the logo that is there, but you can't time it very well in any way. And so the only solution that I could think of was using JavaScript to fix this. And I'm also doing some hacky stuff to get the border in here. But as you will see, it's not responsive. Look at that. It doesn't go back to the next line. And I was thinking, how can we fix that? Because there needs to be a better way. Then I have a border right here, and if I want 2 columns, or 2 columns, then we need to change how this will look, because I only want a border from the inside and not the outside. So I was thinking about that. How could we change that? And perhaps I find a way on how to do that. Which is, if Edge is loading, there we go. We should select this one and remove all the borders. And I was thinking that we could try 1px to give everything a 1 pixel gap so that it's evenly spaced, and then just add a background of what's called primary dark. But then our children need to have a color of background. So this will be a background of background color. Does that exist within ACSS? I don't know. Let's see if we can use the cheat sheet right here. Background. Oops. Oh, background colors. Show me the background colors. PG action. But those are classes, and I don't want classes. I just want the background color. Oh, variables. Background colors. Why is it so hard to do that? Current design. Backgrounds. There we go. And how can there be a copy right here that I can just press it and then it copies the variable? I have no clue where and how I can pick the color of our background. So we're going to do it like this. Body BG color. So here we can change it to body BG color. And there we go. Look at that. Just like expected. Oh, this is awesome. Primary, and then we could add a modifier for light. Primary. Primary light. Ah, there it is. So now we only have to change this one because it now always is 3 grids big. And I don't want that. I want this to be an autofill or autofit, but the minimum size should be like 33%. No, that's the maximum size. So what we could do is that we said an auto fit. And the min max should be the maximum. Could be another min max. Does that work? And the minimum of that one should be 30%. And the maximum should be 1 FR. I don't think this will work. Because the maximum width I want this to be is 3 columns. So we need a way that we can define how we look. Look at that, by the way. It's nice that it's nice scaling and that the border is always in the center of everything. It does look odd when the last one isn't there. So I need to figure that out. 250 pixels. But this could be the size of our maximum size. So the minimum could be the maximum of 250 pixels or 500. 33%, whichever is larger. Look at that! I just figured out. It's now responsive. So on mobile you get this one. And on tablet you get this one. We need to figure out how we can change that one up. And when it's bigger, you get this kind of screen. So we have solved that one. By the way, Todor, if you're still watching, I'm very curious on what projects and things you're working on. So if you have anything to share, please do so. Of course, I'm very curious on what you have been up to on the past days. And this could be inner. And dot logo dash grid inner. And we can say, all right, I want this to be a display grid as well and have a gap space M. Should be content gap, right? Yeah, that makes more sense. As you can see right here, this is the logic of the fading in and out of every logo. But at a certain point, it is waiting too long. So I don't know if we have to set this really fast and then what happens. So that's something that we're going to try it. As you can see, it's really too fast. All right, I guess that doesn't work. It's always fun to just try things out. So what we're actually doing here is selecting all our grid items so that those are the placeholders. This is just a function. Thank you for asking. I love physical designs, however, also working on our website. Awesome! That's awesome, Todor. I've been doing websites now myself, and I'm so happy that I'm doing those. I gotta admit, it's I underestimated how tough it is to work at a web design agency, because there's a lot of things you need to do, and yeah, those can be tricky. But I really love doing them, especially diving into these kinds of things where I couldn't figure out how to do that on my day job. I wanted to figure out how I could do that then in my spare time. So that's what I did. Friday or Thursday? I think for Thursday I did this to just try out how can I make this work. At a given point, I will release the CSS and JavaScript as well. And you can just press this button and will allow you to copy it. So yeah, that's really nice. So that's that. Any other things I would like to explore is the Playground. If you haven't heard about WordPress Playground, it's a very stupid WhatsApp. I can't find any. Why is it open again? I told it to close. Right. I hope it stays closed this time around. But WordPress Playground, it's still opening. How? Can I just say focus? Will that disable anything? No, I don't want to sign in. I just want some quiet and peace. Would that be possible, please? Nice, Lex. You're honestly so inspiring for keeping up with everything that you're doing. I'm streaming a few weeks now, but no physical time. Thank you, Todor. If you, by the way, ever need help with Webflow whatsoever, just understand the basics of it. I can help out, of course, because I'm used to running custom CSS and doing those kind of things. I think I will pick up Webflow very easy. It's not a very difficult tool, in my opinion, if you are already in the know-how. And it's a great way to get started, to understand how to use what's called classes and CSS and the learning about the box model. I think it's one of the best free ways to just understand with dragging and dropping how things work. And the next step could be that you would be looking into something else. But if you haven't heard about the Playground, it's actually very exciting. Let's see. WordPress Playground. Because it allows you to just create a WordPress website without needing any hosting whatsoever. If you want to test out Gutenberg or maybe even OllyWP, you can just go in here, look for Olly, and you can install it and activate it. And now you basically can do the same things that I could do as well with OllyWP. Because we have now a fully functioning website where you can press and see all of the things. Now, it is based on an instance. So when you exit, it will terminate everything. And everything will be gone. So that's something you need to know, right? What you can do, however, is make it persistent. But I don't know where it is anymore. Apply settings and reset Playground. Older version. Oh, we can even test out the 6.9 beta 2, which is the newest version. Doing a lot of cool stuff, but I don't know what. I need to look into Gutenberg itself. Because that's the way I started, by just developing everything. If I remember correctly, when I press refresh, everything's gone. And if we look into our theme, yeah, see, the theme is gone. If I remember correctly, in the past you could do run this as well in something else. That it will persist instead of just being one time only. So, but you can just test everything out, just like we do with InstaWP. But if you refresh, you will get angry because everything is gone. Preview PR, more demos. I'm very curious. How can we? This is temporary. Your changes will be lost on refresh. Save in this browser. Oh, look at that. and it will save everything in the browser. 3038 files. Look at how fast that thing goes, by the way. Leave. Look at that. And we have a new playground we can play with. And it will persist. This is actually basically InstaWP's functionality where you can just test things out. All right, I'm going to give this a go as well. Can save me some bucks a year, quite possibly. So this is really awesome that you can just test it out. You can even install Elementor, if I remember correctly. And speaking about Elementor, they just showed their fall update, where they talk about all the things they are expecting to do in the next quarter. So I'm very excited about the first one from Elementor, because at my day job we are using Elementor. It's a very easy way to drag and drop and build a website. That's where I started 10 years ago, I guess, approximately. When I saw things like Divi popping up and like what's it called, Salient and that sort of things, WP Bakery, and for me this was the first page builder that I worked with, and I was like, this has some potential that I don't have to write everything, right? It was easier to understand how things work and build out, because you were visually building out everything instead of needing to write it in HTML and CSS, which can be tedious, but I found it very easy, especially with Edge, by the way. But I'm very much looking forward into the next quarter, where they will add components. Basically, components are the tiniest ways. For instance, let's see if we can find a possible component on the Elementor website. For instance, this card, that would be a component, and that can be reused throughout your design, throughout your website, so that you don't have to rebuild it. So the styling will stay the same, but you can change the contents. If you can see, the icons are different in all of these tabs. The text is different in all of the tabs, but the functionality stays the same. It's part of a gallery, which would be another component that shows how much time it will take to show a certain part, and then play the correct video corresponding with the tab that is selected. So there would be one and then two components in here. A nested component is what some people call. Do you still... What? Yeah. Do you still use GreenShift? I've used GreenShift in the past indeed, but I found it too overwhelming with all the features that are in there. And what I found is that, especially when looking at animations, it feels like just input fields for what's it called? For all the animation things you could do anyways. So I thought, while I like that there's a interface way of doing it, it needs some user experience polish, because it's not ready to be used by every user. It can be used by people that are close to developers, maybe not developer enough, but I found that there's just too many things that I can do faster by hand, because I don't have to search through all the green shift settings, right? Or the green light settings, I would say then. So that's why I left it for Bricks. And Bricks had the same thing, and that's why I left Bricks again for Edge. And Edge does that in a way that I really like it. And Gavin Geary. Gavin Geary is really good at showing how to build websites, giving you the time to explore, but also understand how it works. So he also does the education, not only for the tool, because the tool is one thing, but also how to write the HTML and CSS. Yeah, you had exactly the same thing for green shifts. Something I can code faster than looking through. Exactly. If you want to add it all in, I was very excited at first when Eco started. It had a lot of things that most page builders like Cadence or Elementor didn't have. Like, for instance, a proper class system. Adding animations was very easy. But as time got on, there were so many input fields that it got harder to understand and to find the right input field. And you need to go to the GreenShift doc or need to ask Igor, who's a great guy. He's really responsive on Facebook. Ask him all the time, how do I do X or Y? And then you needed to wait a few hours, sometimes one day, and then you had your answer. But needing to wait for that is not the ideal workflow. And writing the code itself was, for me, easier than understanding the docs. So that's my gist with GreenShift, and that's why I left it. But we're still using Elementor on my day job. And Elementor V4 really gets me exciting because that will move closer to Bricks Builder and makes things reusable. Alpha already includes variables. With these you can build complete design system faster and more consistently with less repetitive updates. That's really awesome. And I really want this one, components, but also components in components, because that's really needed. You could have, for instance, a button as a component, and within the button you could have an icon which could be a nice component. And then if you scale upwards, you could have like an intro section with a header, a paragraph, which I, by the way, did, and a button, which was which Kevin Geary showed. So for me, this section is a what's it called? A component. The component consists out of a accent heading, a heading itself, the text, and a button, and that can be reused everywhere because those are the basics. So if I want to have that available in a card, it will be available there as well, just by making it. And this is, by the way, the work in progress website, and I'm just added the logo grid animations, and the other two also needs to be worked on, that there are some pre-builds to be looked at. As you can see here, we have a nice looking stacking card effect with CSS only. I was very happy that I could do that. It looks awesome if you ask me. Just love playing around with HTML. Update failed. Oh, dearie. Connection lost. All right. But we can look at that when they have released components. I really want to dive into Editor V4 because that one really gets me excited. If that is working as expected, I don't mind sand. ng is also very awesome because it's an AI. It's an AI that lets you create a website or do things for you. And it's available in the repository, unlike only suggests, ng acts. It integrates with tools you already use and carries out tasks across. Ooh, that's awesome. And combine multi-step into one seamless workflow. Oh, that's awesome. So you can just ask it questions and do things, let it do things for you, just like an MCP or whatever. Add these products, apply a 30% account and a sales banner. It creates the sales banner as well. Ooh, that's interesting. Need bulk updates. ng rewrites image descriptions. It basically is a agentic mode for your WordPress website. What? ng designed to be a true partner in your workflow, making WordPress creation more connected and powerful. Sorry, I don't know why I needed to do that in an accent like that. Then you have Elementor hosts. You can earn money when using Elementor. So that's awesome. I'm actually pretty excited. Ooh, I want to test out ng. That's something for next live stream. So that was it for today. If you want to see me, check out Angie, because it got me very excited to see how this works and how well it is. Let's find out next week if I can. I need to discuss this also here with my girlfriend, because today she has some lessons and I don't know if she has that next week as well. But thank you all for joining. Little brother Todor, it was amazing to see you in the chat. Please, if you have any questions whatsoever, need help with Webflow, reach out. Avakaba, I hope I pronounced your name right. Thank you for joining as well and asking about GreenShift. Now, like I said, not using it anymore, but maybe in the future I will use it again. Who knows? But for now, I wish you all a very good evening. And as always,